Once upon a time, in a distant village surrounded by lush forests and vast fields, there lived an old man named Dede Korkut. He was wise and strong, and everyone in the village respected him. People sought his advice, for Dede Korkut had spent years learning about life, people, and nature. Many in the village admired and listened to him. Dede Korkut had a son named Yegenek, who aspired to be as wise and strong as his father, but he was often impatient. Yegenek dreamed of achieving everything quickly, but his father taught him the importance of patience and waiting for the right moment. One day, Dede Korkut called his son to his side and said, "My child, success in life isn't just about speed. You must be patient and remember that everything will come in its own time. Strength isn't just physical, it's also mental. If you are patient and wise, you will accomplish great things." Yegenek nodded as he listened to his father's words, but inside, he thought, "Father always says the same things. I want to grow strong quickly. I must achieve great things right away." With these thoughts, Yegenek became even more impatient. He rarely listened to his father's advice, preferring to follow his own path. One day, Dede Korkut took his son deep into the forest to teach him a lesson. There, beneath a towering pine tree, he said, "Do you see how big this tree is? It didn't grow overnight. It grew slowly over many years. True strength is like this tree. It develops with patience. Every branch grew steadily, and now it provides shade for the entire village." Yegenek seemed to understand a little, but he was still impatient. "But father," he said, "I want to be strong now. How can I become strong if I have to wait so long?" Dede Korkut laughed and gently touched his son's shoulder. "My child," he said, "everything in life has its time. Rushing can mislead you. True strength comes with time and the right steps. Be patient, wait for the right moment, and you will find the best in everything." Though Yegenek heard his father's words, a question lingered in his mind. Is father right? His thoughts were still muddled, but he was beginning to learn that good things take time. As they walked back to the village, Yegenek started to reflect more on his father's teachings. Something inside him had shifted. Dede Korkut continued to guide his son, for his belief in Yegenek's potential never wavered. Yegenek often pondered his father's words, but he still didn't fully grasp the importance of patience. "A father always talks about moving slowly," he thought. "But I must become strong quickly and earn everyone's admiration. I must grow fast and achieve great things." His impatience grew stronger. One morning, he set out for the depths of the forest near the village. His goal was to lift the village's largest stone. Ignoring his father's advice, Yegenek was excited to prove his strength immediately. In the forest stood an enormous boulder that had remained unmoved for years. No one had ever managed to lift it, but Yegenek dreamed of succeeding where others had failed. "If I lift this stone, everyone will recognize me and see how strong I am," he thought. Summoning all his strength, Yegenek gripped the stone and pushed with all his might. Yet, no matter how hard he tried, the stone didn't budge. He tried again and again, growing exhausted but refusing to give up. Just then, Dede Korkut arrived. He approached his son and placed a hand on his shoulder. "My child," he said, "this stone isn't meant to be lifted alone. No matter how strong you are, some things cannot be accomplished single-handedly." Yegenek sat beside his father. "But father, I wanted to prove my strength. If I lift this stone, the villagers will admire me." Dede Korkut smiled and replied, "True strength isn't just about power. Sometimes it's about knowing how to use your strength wisely. Success comes not from haste but from working smart. Strength isn't just about speed, it's about timing and method." As Yegenek listened, things began to make sense. But one question remained. Does everything have to be slow, as father says? Dede Korkut sat down and explained, "Strength isn't about immediate success, my child. It's about patience, timing, and knowing when to act." While trying to lift the stone, did you consider working together with others? Yegenek thought for a moment. Suddenly, it dawned on him, yes! The stone won't move with my strength alone. Maybe I should ask others for help." Thanking his father, Yegenek went to the villagers and asked for their assistance. Many agreed, and together they gathered around the stone. Combining their strength, they managed to move it. Yegenek's eyes sparkled as he realized the power of teamwork. True strength, he saw, wasn't about individual might but collective effort. Korkut watched with pride. "Strength doesn't always come from working alone," he said. "Patience and teamwork make everything easier." Yegenek remembered his father's words and understood the value of patience and collaboration. From then on, he knew that helping others and working together was the true path to strength. Yegenek vowed never to forget the lesson he learned from lifting the stone. True strength comes not from working alone but from unity. But this lesson wasn't limited to stone lifting. Yegenek was about to embark on a new adventure that would further solidify his understanding of strength and success. One day, a great crisis struck the village. A terrifying storm erupted in the nearby forest, toppling trees and dislodging boulders. The villagers feared the storm would reach their homes, putting everyone in danger. Korkut gathered the villagers and urged them to find a way to stop the storm. But he knew this task couldn't be accomplished alone. It required teamwork. "My son," he said to Yegenek, "we must unite everyone's strength. No one can stop this storm alone, but together we can succeed. Go and rally the villagers. Everyone's help is crucial." Yegenek understood. The phrase "working together" had taken on new meaning for him. He quickly called the villagers, and though no one could face the storm alone, together they stood a chance. Led by Yegenek, they marched into the forest. Assigning tasks, some cleared fallen trees, others moved boulders, and some removed obstacles in the storm's path. Working side by side, they built a barrier of stones and logs, diverting the storm's fury. Gradually, the storm weakened and finally ceased. "The village was saved!" Korkut approached Yegenek and said, "Today you've truly grown. You've shown that great things are achieved through unity. Remember, true strength lies not in the individual, but in the community. Together, we can overcome even the greatest challenges." Yegenek swelled with pride. He now knew that the greatest strength came from bringing people together. The power of collaboration had taught him one of life's most valuable lessons. From that day forward, Yegenek relied not only on physical strength but also on the power of heart and mind. He became a unifier, helping others and working patiently with his community. He understood that achieving great things required teamwork and perseverance. After saving the village from the storm, Yegenek realized how much he had changed. He was now patient, thoughtful, and understood the importance of collaboration. But a question lingered. Is strength always used correctly? Can everyone wield it the same way? One day, Korkut called Yegenek to his side. "My son," he said, "you've learned many things, lifting stones, stopping storms, and the value of teamwork. But know this: true strength isn't just physical, it also comes from wisdom. If you rely solely on muscle, it may mislead you. But if you're wise enough to use your strength rightly, you'll achieve true success."